hopefully you've noticed that we are incrementally getting more and more complex as we go step by step. We started with setting a bright red background color, and then we saw how to change the alignment on our text. And now we're talking about italicizing and bolding our text. And in this exercise, we're going to talk about applying basic fonts. And then in the next exercise, we'll talk about applying specific typefaces. I mean, we're getting incrementally more and more complex as we go. And I hope this sort of style works for you. The idea here is to really lay out a solid foundation for you. And all the while, getting you really, really comfortable working with inline CSS. So let's go and check out some basic font properties. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip back over to the code, of course. And I've decided that I want to apply a font to the first paragraph inside my document. So go ahead and find that first paragraph. And of course, what we'll need to do is find the opening paragraph tag and throw in the style attribute. We've seen this a number of times already. Equals and then open quote. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to throw in the CSS property that allows us to apply a font, and that is font-family, okay? Followed by a full colon and a space. Now, after the font family property, the value that I want to set, again, I want to keep this basic, at least for this exercise, or fundamental, if you will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in sans-serif, just like that, followed by a semicolon, and then close the quote. Now, do you know what a sans-serif font is? Well, we're about to go and find out. So go ahead and save your file, back over to your browser and refresh. And there we go. This is a sans-serif font, like Arial, if you will, or Helvetica, this sort of thing. Notice that the difference between a sans-serif font and the only other font that's used throughout my document is the tails, if you will, on the end of the characters. Notice, for example, the tails on the end of the B there, top and bottom, or on the letter V in Victoria. There's tails there. Versus a sans serif, we don't have those tails. It's all sort of very straight and vertical and horizontal, right? So serif versus sans serif, if you've ever wondered, that's what it is. A serif is the tails. That's all there is to it. Okay, so hopefully that works for you. Again, though, we're keeping this pretty basic. We're not saying, hey, use Arial or use Times or use Helvetica. All we're doing is we're saying use a sans serif typeface. Or, of course, I could replace sans serif with serif, but if I save and refresh and go back to the browser, I get exactly the same result that I had before because the default typeface to use inside my browser is a serif font. Okay. Now, what else can we do other than serif and sans serif? Well, there's a few other typefaces, basic typefaces, if you will, that we can apply here. We can apply monospace. Let's go and check this guy out. Monospace, refresh. And now we have almost like a courier or a typewriter font. You could certainly make use of that. And there's one more that I want to show you here. And this guy is cursive. There we go. Cursive. Save this guy up and refresh your browser. And now we have, it's almost like a script. Anyway, there you go. So these are our basic set of typefaces that we can use. Once again, serif, sans serif, monospace, and cursive.